गुरुजी सदा जय गुरु जी की।
जय गुरु जी का बहुत बहुत शुक्राना इतना बढ़िया सत्संग कराने का। We will start the आरती now. Please may I ask the seniors come forward. Seniors पहले लाइन लगा लें, उसके आगे उनके पीछे बाकी सब संगत आ जाए। And 4 लाइन लगे यहाँ पे please, so we can have everybody get the opportunity to आरती. So we don't miss anybody. और 4 लोग एक टाइम पे लगाएंगे। Thank you so much. जय गुरु जी। Jai Guruji. Once again, thank you to Guruji for an amazing satsang as always. Please, अगर कोई भी संगत आके अपना सत्संग शेयर करना चाहे तो please come forward. कोई सत्संग शेयर करना आ जाइए.
जय गुरु जी. गुरु जी के साथ हमारी जर्नी 2016 में हुई थी. So in 2016 my father was critically ill और हमारी मासी ने बताया गुरु जी के बारे में कोई है जल प्रसाद है बड़े मंदिर से and everything. But we couldn't save our father and since then मतलब बिल्कुल मूड ऑफ हो गया था कि रहना ही नहीं है गुरु जी के पास and everything. I'm sorry गुरु जी. So 2020 में before the COVID hit, in February, Guruji एक रात ऐसी विजन में आते हैं और he told me मैं संभाल लाऊंगा. अब उस टाइम मुझे समझ नहीं आया संभाल लाऊंगा means full stop है या question mark है और I just shared it with my family and I ignored it. उस टाइम कुछ आइडिया नहीं था कोविड आने वाला है, उस टाइम कुछ आइडिया नहीं था फैमिली पे क्या होने वाला है. Cut to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks after this incident, my mother was detected with cancer, and it was during COVID with the previous administration in the US and everything. I couldn't even go back, and I was scared to a point कि मैं सब छोड़ के वापस चला जाऊँगा. It's okay. I've lost my father, but I just cannot lose my mother at any cost. So मम्मा को हमने ये बताया नहीं था कि ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है घर में, but पता था कि ऐसा हुआ है, स्टेज 4 डॉक्टर ने बोला है, एंड आई जस्ट यूज्ड टू कीप ट्राइंग. दैट्स इट. दैट्स व्हाट माय ड्यूटी वाज. सुबह उठो, रो और शाम को सो जाओ. सो सडनली गुरुजी की एक फ्रैग्रेंस आती है घर में. मुझे उस टाइम कुछ आइडिया नहीं था फ्रैग्रेंस क्या होता है, मुझे उस टाइम कुछ आइडिया नहीं था गुरुजी क्या है, क्यों गुरुजी ने मुझे ये बोला कि संभालना है करके. बट एक दिन मम्मा के चेकअप के लिए जाते हैं. डॉक्टर सेड, "No, we are sorry, it was not really stage 4, it was just stage 1, and regular surgery हो जाएगी, it will be okay." And within a week, regular surgery हुई. Mom is doing fine, she is in the Sangha. So thank you Guruji, आपने लाइफ बख्शी मम्मा की. And since then, गुरुजी से एक ऐसा प्यार हो गया है कि गुरुजी चाहिए, हर चीज़ में मेरे को गुरुजी चाहिए ही चाहिए. कुछ भी लाइफ का डिसीजन लेना होता है, गुरुजी करूँ, अपने आप गुरुजी आंसर दे देते हैं करना है या नहीं करना है. फॉर इंस्टेंस, आई वाज so I'm in the US. I just came to Canada for temporary for like just 3 months. वो भी गुरुजी ने ही भेजा. मम्मा आए थे US साथ रहने के लिए, and suddenly Canada immigration से email आता है कि okay, your visa is ready, send your passport, I'll give you the PR. उससे मेरा मन नहीं था आने का कैनेडा, तो मुझे लगा गुरुजी दिस इज नॉट द टाइम, मेरा मन नहीं है. बट सब लोग जहाँ PR के लिए इतना वेट कर रहे हैं और मेरे को मिल गया है, आई हैव टू बी थैंकफुल एंड रिस्पेक्टफुल फॉर दैट ब्लेसिंग. तो मैंने कहा चलो ठीक है गुरुजी, मैं जाता हूँ, मैं देखता हूँ क्या रहता है उधर. मुझे नहीं पता मूव अच्छा होगा भी कि नहीं, बट आपने दिया है, सो आई जस्ट प्रॉब्ली गो. यहाँ आए, जब मैं US में था उस टाइम, तो I was looking for a job change, and I found one, but वो exact same salary पे मिल रही थी, and I was not sure कि इतना बड़ा step उठाऊँ भी with the visa constraints and everything, जाऊँ ना जाऊँ, करना चाहिए. So I asked गुरुजी क्या करूँ, मेरे समझ नहीं आ रहा है. So I was in New Jersey at that time. I used to go to New Jersey temple. और जब भी मैंने क्वेश्चन गुरुजी से पूछा, मेरे सामने एक कार आती है with the license plate of Ohio, and that's where I was destined to go. तो मैंने उस टाइम इग्नोर कर दिया. मैंने कहा नहीं कोई नहीं, इट्स ओके, ऐसे तो रैंडम आ गई होगी, आई जस्ट इग्नोर इट फॉर द टाइम भी, वेट करते हैं. एंड रीच बैक ऑफिस नेक्स्ट डे एंड रिसीव एन ईमेल कि पे कट्स हो रहे हैं बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड, एंड इट वाज लाइक ऑलमोस्ट क्लोज टू 10-15% पे कट. व्हाइल कॉलीग्स वर क्राइंग, आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी कि आपने पे कट करा दिया तो डिफरेंस बढ़ गया इस जॉब में एंड द नेक्स्ट जॉब, सो आई प्रोबेबली गो एंड एक्सेप्ट द नेक्स्ट जॉब. तो गुरुजी की कृपा से उस टाइम ओहायो गए. ओहायो में while I was teaching, so my profession is to teach. It's obviously a high-risk profession just because I have to be in front of people and I don't know what they're doing, whether they're even wearing masks and everything. So, जब वैक्सीन अप्रूव्ड हुई US में, जिस दिन अप्रूव हुई थी उसके अगले दिन ही I could get it for myself, get an appointment for myself just because I was in the approved list of occupation. So मैंने वो करा ली बुक. while I was on my way, मैंने गुरुजी से पूछा, गुरुजी मैं जा रहा हूँ, मैंने आपसे एक बार पूछा भी नहीं, गड़बड़ मत कर देना, चुपचाप से चल रही है जिंदगी, ऐसा ना हो वैक्सीन लगवा के उल्टा ही पड़ जाए लाइफ में. तो मैं वहाँ पहुँचता हूँ. द फर्स्ट काउंटर दैट आई हैड टू शो माय डॉक्यूमेंट्स वाज काउंटर नंबर 7, एंड द काउंटर आई गॉट माय वैक्सीन वाज काउंटर नंबर 13. तो आई वाज लाइक चलो ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है साइड इफेक्ट्स नहीं आएंगे, लेकिन एटलीस्ट ही इज देयर. On that day when I got my date for other vaccine, that was on the 13th. The counter that I showed my documents to, that was counter number 1, and the counter I got my vaccine was counter number 15. So he was still there at every single step. My birthday is on 5th of July, or 5th of July 2020, when that was the first time गुरुजी के बारे में जाना था, गुरुजी से प्यार हुआ था. So I just used to ask him, गुरुजी मेरा birthday आ गया, मुझे कोई गिफ्ट दो. एंड कुछ बोला नहीं गुरुजी ने, कुछ नहीं, and it was 5th night. गुरुजी ने so before that a small story which is just between Guruji and I, but I'll share it. So I just love Guruji to an extent कि मैं उनको I love you Guruji बोलता रहता हूँ. I'm just crazy for him. So मैं ऐसे ही बोल रहा था उस दिन, I love you Guruji, आपने गिफ्ट नहीं दिया, मुझे गिफ्ट दो. So उस दिन रात को विजन में आते हैं गुरुजी, and एक गुरुजी का बहुत प्यारा स्वरूप है जिसमें एक आंटी फोरहेड पे गुरुजी को किस कर रहे हैं. और मेरे को भी मन करता था, गुरुजी आपने कभी मुझे क्यों नहीं बुलाया उस टाइम. So we are from गाजियाबाद near Delhi. And I was just thinking, गुरुजी आपने हमें क्यों नहीं बुलाया, एक बार मिलने का मौका दे देते, एक बार बस एक बार चांस मिल जाता. So उस विजन में गुरुजी ने वही आंटी, I don't know who she is, वही आंटी गुरुजी को फोरहेड पे किस कर रहे थे. और मेरे को गुरुजी देख के कहते हैं हुन की चाहिए. And I was standing there, गुरुजी बस एक बार करने दो, चला तू भी आ जा. उतना ही बस गुरुजी ने बोला. He let me kiss on his forehead. And as I was going, I was just looking at him and I said, this is all in the vision. And I said it again, love you Guruji. मुझे देख के कहते हैं चल हुन अगे बढ़. I was like नहीं गुरुजी बस एक बार बोल तो दीजिए I love you. और चल कह देता love you, अगे बढ़ो हुन. That was the biggest blessing and the biggest gift that Guruji can ever give me. इसके बाद गुरुजी ने आज का भी इनफैक्ट यहाँ पे आना भी एक अपने में ही सत्संग है, at least for my mom and myself. So this is the last weekend we are in Canada. We'll be there for 2 more weekends, but we cannot be for the next weekend. उसके अगले weekend पे it's doubtful, it's the last weekend. So ऐसे ही मन में एक बार आया गुरुजी जाने से पहले बस एक बार आपके साथ बैठना है, बात करनी है, बस एक बार मौका दे दीजिए. I can't drive now because of some immigration issues of the license and things. So जून में, end of June, मुझे हमेशा ये डाउट रहता है कि गुरुजी इतना प्यार क्यों करते हैं हम सबसे, एटलीस्ट मुझसे. हम तो इतने लायक भी नहीं है, एटलीस्ट मैं तो नहीं हूँ, I can't say about other people, कि गुरुजी क्यों. आपको तो ये भी नहीं पता मैं हूँ कौन, बस मैं आता हूँ just because मुझे आपके साथ बैठना है, मुझे नहीं चाहिए कुछ, मुझे बस आप चाहिए. उस विजन में गुरुजी फिर से आए और सब संगत का नाम अनाउंस कर रहे थे. ये तू आंटी है, तू आंटी है, तू आंटी है. मैं वहीं बैठ खड़ा हुआ था साथ में. कहते हैं आशीष अंकल उन बह जाओ थे, मैंने सब पता है. And I sat down and that was the day I expected कि गुरुजी प्लीज जाने से पहले एक बार तो अपने पास बुलाएंगे. लेकिन I kept asking of rights. Somehow गुरुजी की उस टाइम आगे नहीं थी. I couldn't come. आज सुबह से ही थोड़ा सा मूड अपसेट था, थोड़ी सी तबीयत डाउन थी. एंड I was just asking गुरुजी कि आपके साथ टाइम बिताना. सो उसी टाइम हमारे का आंटी का फ़ोन आता है मेरे पास. एंड शी सेड, शी कॉल्ड मी फॉर समथिंग एल्स. एंड शी सेड अंकल आप आए नहीं काफ़ी दिनों से. ऐसे कि आंटी ऐसे ऐसे हो रहा है. सो शी सेड ओके आई गिव यू नंबर, आप उनसे एक बार बात कर लो, अगर वो आ रहे हैं उनके पास सीट है सो दे कैन गेट यू. एंड आई कॉल्ड मोनिका आंटी. And thank you, Monica Auntie. Thank you, Monica Auntie and her family, for giving my mom and myself seat for coming to the Mandir today. Generally, बोलने के लिए सिर्फ एक seat है, सिर्फ एक phone call है. But the one who gets it at the time when he is expecting something from Guruji is the biggest blessing. और आज भी जब मैं वहाँ बैठा हुआ था, मुझे पता था आज गुरुजी ने बुलाया है, आज कुछ तो होगा. I knew कि somehow I just had that connection कि अगर गुरुजी ने बुलाया है स्पेशली, नहीं तो वो मुझे बुलाएंगे नहीं. अगर स्पेशली बुलाया है तो कुछ तो होगा. I was just sitting there and for the first 50 minutes I just kept on crying just because I could see him in his room. I just felt as if he's just standing there and looking at me. Or I don't know what happened. I was ill to an extent कि चक्कर आ रहे थे. I was feeling pukish and everything. But चाय प्रसाद पीते I'm okay now. I'm just hoping गुरुजी घर भेज देना, घर जाके I'll handle it, जो भी होता है. But I've always kept it, गुरुजी knows, I've always kept it a rule for myself कि मैं सब कुछ करूँगा लेकिन सत्संग की सेवा जब तक गुरुजी नहीं बख्शेंगे मैं तब तक नहीं करूँगा. Just because I think it's a very very big thing to do for your guru. और उस लायक गुरुजी को समझना पड़ेगा तभी गुरुजी वो सेवा बख्शेंगे. Nobody asked me today, I just did it because there was enough to thank him for taking care of myself, my family, visa issues, Canada PR, everything that has been done, everything that has not been done, and everything that he will do in the future. Thank you. Jai Guruji.
Jai Guruji Uncle. Beautiful satsang. May Guru continue to bless you. It's very nice. Auntie, उनको बोलो आए सत्संग शेयर करें. सत्संग शेयर करो आंटी.
Thank you, Guruji, for calling us today. I don't know what to say, but yeah, his life, Guruji came in our life in 2011. We were in India, and one of my friends said, एक ना Guruji का मंदिर है, you just come here. पर वहाँ ना ऐसे सिंपल से बन के मत जाना, बड़ी रॉयल संगत आती है, तो बहुत ना तैयार होके जाना. And we went there, वो गुड़गांव का annual function था. Yeah, that was the first time when I went there. I felt that was the food for my soul. And actually I follow Shri Guru Babaji, Mahavtar Babaji of Paramhans Yogananda. मैंने क्रिया लिया हुआ है श्री हमसे, तो मैं वो भी करती हूँ. तो बचपन से लॉर्ड शिवा से काफ़ी कनेक्टेड थे. मैंने 2 बार ऐसा लगा लाइफ में स्टार्टिंग में कि yes, this is the food for my soul. First when I went to Guruji, and at the same time I went to Paramhans Yogananda, Yoga Satsang, Dhyan Kendra. At that moment I really felt आत्मा का खाना क्या होता है. It was out of word, And that day I went, और जो मेरे साथ गए थे उनको बेबी नहीं हो रहा था 10 years से, या वो उसके बाद कभी नहीं गए, उनको बेबी हो गया. एंड गुरुजी ने ऐसा हुक्ड किया. इट्स जस्ट माय डैड, आई जस्ट पास्ट, माय डैड पास्ड अवे इन अप्रैल. तो पापा को कैंसर था. एंड वी यूज्ड टू से कभी नहीं कहा गुरुजी ठीक कर दो, ये कहा था गुरुजी वॉट एवर यू फील द बेस्ट यू डू विद माय डैड. एंड ऑन शिवरात्रि गुरुजी टुक हिम, on the day of Shivratri he went to Guruji, so it was such a big relief that Guruji, I know you are with him, you have taken him, so thank you Guruji for everything. और आज भी 2 दिन से लग रहा था गुरुजी पिकनिक में बुला रहे हैं. And today I told my uncle, let's go. He said, and Guruji just offered prasad. I never thought of this thing, Uncle King, but it's a blessing to be sitting at Guruji's charan. हम लोग पीछे जब पापा के लिए हम इंडिया गए थे अभी कुछ महीने पहले, it was a very hectic trip. It was not in our mind to go to, we wanted to go to बड़ा मंदिर, but time was very short. तो मुझे लग रहा था कैसे जाएंगे, मन में भी नहीं आया. One of my Kriya meditation friend, she just called me. She said, शालू आंटी मैं अपना ड्राइवर भेज दूँ. मैं कहा यार आपको बड़े मंदिर जाना है. It was आनंद और मैं, we just cried like anything. Guruji, oh my God, it was a dream and you just called us, And thanks to Guruji for everything. And he's with each one of us, I think. And I think one most important thing is we should have a direct connection with Guruji. Because there is no definite way. He knows. He just sees the heart. And I Guruji please अपने पास रखना, जितनी गलतियाँ हो सबको माफ़ करना, और सब में आपको देखने की कोशिश करें. कोई प्रेम करे तो भी आप हो, कोई कुछ और उसमें भी आप ही हो. बिकॉज कहते हैं ना हर कारण के पीछे लॉर्ड शिवा है. And he is nothing but Lord Shiva. So thank you Guruji for calling us and keep calling us always. Thank you so much and thank you. Jai Guruji.
Thank you auntie. It's beautiful satsang as always. भावना आंटी, आज आपका नंबर आ गया.
जय गुरु जी. अनंतम शुक्राने महाराज के सत्संग में बुलाने के लिए और अपनी कृपा बरसाने के लिए. मुझे जो सत्संग याद आ रहा है, 1 महीना पहले आई हैड कम. इट वाज अराउंड 24th और 25th सैटरडे था. एंड जब हम नहीं आ पाते बिकॉज वी कम फ्रॉम ब्रैम्पटन, तो हम व्हेनेवर पॉसिबल वी ऑलवेज वॉच ऑन यूट्यूब. तो संडे को मैंने लॉग इन किया और मैंने देखा कि जनरल कपूर's daughter वो आई हुई हैं, उन्होंने सत्संग किया, and I was stunned, I was amazed the satsang that she did, because how Guruji answers you. कहते हैं गुरुजी के जो स्वरूप है, जो दर्शन है, जो हम स्वप्न दर्शन करते हैं, वो उनके साक्षात दर्शन होते हैं. And you know, she said that her father was so sick and she wanted to bring him to States, and how she faced the challenges. She said it quite in detail. But when she ended it, she said that one auntie from India, Joshi uncle's relative, she had a dream, and Guruji told her that he's going to States. And I could not believe my ears, because I happened to be the niece of Colonel Joshi uncle ki. Or my mom had a dream last year during COVID time, and she told me कि Bhavna, I saw Guruji, and he said I'm going to States. So my mother got very very excited and she said, Guruji, Bhavna is there. So now look what Guruji says. Guruji says, Bhavna Canada में है, मैं अमेरिका जा रहा हूँ. I mean, look at the detailing. She got excited. She's like, he says, no, she's in Canada and I'm going to America. And the Lord answers. The reason why the satsang happened, I think, Guruji validates. जैसे कहते हैं ना, स्वरूप को स्वरूप मत समझो, जो सपना है उसको सपना मत समझो, जो शब्द है, these are darshans, these are live darshans of Guru Maharaj. And what I realized, not only that time, but it was more emphatic, more validation, that all your questions are answered here, each and every, as long as Guru, in the time, in his choosing, his time. So first lesson that we get is Shraddha and Saburi. And sometimes certain answers, certain questions are not answered. Only with time we realize they have disappeared, they have dissolved into ether because they were irrelevant, they were insignificant. हमारे हर प्रश्नों का उत्तर गुरु महाराज देते हैं. वो ये हमें जताते हैं कि मैं हूँ, हर पल तुम्हारे साथ हूँ. लेकिन जैसे वक्त बीतता है, कुछ प्रश्न जिनके उत्तर हमें नहीं मिलते, वो गुरुजी की दया से, कृपा से हम रियलाइज करते कि वो लाइफ में कभी इतने इम्पोर्टेंट थे ही नहीं, उनकी कोई इम्पोर्टेंस थी ही नहीं, कोई छोटी सी बात जिसको हमने बहुत बड़ा बना लिया था. बट वॉट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज श्रद्धा एंड सुब्यूरी, पेशेंस एंड फेथ एवरी स्टेप ऑफ द वे. सत्य, सरलता, प्रेम, truth, simplicity and love. This is what Maharaj teaches us. When we look at his darbar, we are so mesmerized, we are so besotted, but he says Kalyug hai, so he has to kind of treat us the way we would get really fascinated. So ये भी उनकी लीला है, जब वो he takes us. And one thing that I've realized, if I may share with you all, Guruji is way beyond rituals and religion. हम जब गुरुजी से जुड़ते हैं तो हम गुरबाणी सुनते हैं और गुरुजी कहते हैं असी महाशिव, महादेव, भोलेनाथ. And it's so true, you know, because as a child we are born into a family, we are born into a certain religion, and it is very important क्योंकि वो हमारा एक disciplinary ground होता है. But जैसे जैसे हमारे तार जुड़ते जाते हैं, the more we connect, we realize कि गुरु तो ज्योत है, परम ज्योत है, और उसके तरीके बड़े निराले हैं. आप देखो कि गुरबाणी चलती है और शिव जी की आरती होती है, कितना सुंदर. I mean, practically he says, I show it to you practically. He does everything in your life practically. I was just listening to a satsang on YouTube, and one auntie said that, you know, Guruji says, कितनी चंगी किताब है, autobiography for yogi, and he says, मैं practically करके दिखाना, I show it to you practically. And I think we are so blessed that Guruji has come into our lives to bless us. So बहुत ही सरल तरीका है, आएं, जुड़ें. जब हम शुरू में आते थे, I never understood Punjabi, but with time I started understanding. So वो कहते समझन दी लोड़ नहीं हैगी, because I think first is to kind of collect ourselves, calm, collect yourself, and then gradually he pours in the wisdom. Intellect is very different from the wisdom. जो wisdom राज देते हैं ना, तो संतोष धन, you get the satisfaction. I think that is the biggest blessing of our lives, when we are content with what the Lord bestows us with. महाराज सब पर मेहर भरा हाथ रखें, सब पर कृपा हो. अनंतम शुक्राने. जय गुरु जी.
Guruji aunty. It's very nice. Confirm करते हैं वो सब चीजें जैसे Guruji की बात है. It's amazing. Anybody else would like to share the satsang? Son aunty, Aju.
Jai Guruji, Shukrana, Shukrana Maharaj. Thank you. Maharaj just answered something. And today, truly, as Auntie said, he brings us. I had no plans, but Maharaj, thank you for bringing me, and you answered something so profound for me, and it's a satsang which later I'll share, but what do I say? Thank you for everything. Thank you for this family. Thank you for speaking through all of us. You are the cause of causes, and like Shiv Puran says, you take form in all the beings. And I'm so grateful to have been called to you in this lifetime. I want to share a funny satsang, but it comes with a profound teaching. And that was in 2018 when Maharaj was teaching me not to ever ask him for anything. And when Maharaj called me on his birthday through the book The Divine Light, in September 2018 he showed a dream that I had gone to Baramandar, but I'd never been to Baramandar. I just saw myself in Baramandar. I had no idea it was Baramandar. After when I walked into Niti Auntie's house, then I realized the dream that I had was a photo that she had there. And truly, like Auntie said, all in his timing, because that photo was there and I had gone and in her house, but I saw it after my dream. I mean, when you walk in, it's there, but he didn't let me see it till later. Anyway, so he showed me a dream, and in this dream, I was standing beside Guruji Maharaj's Swarup, a red one. And then for Diwali, he called me to India. And when I walked in to Baramandar, I was mesmerized, of course, because I was literally experiencing what I had dreamt in September 2018. Just, saw it in the reality months later. And I was, Auntie said so profoundly that Maharaj gives us, he told this to Baba uncle, which is Raghuvar uncle's son. He said, I'm the one who gives you patience, I'm the one who gives understanding, and I'm the one who puts souls in your life, the duration of the meeting of the souls, and the exit of souls in your lives is all in my, of course, he's Mahashik, it's all in his hands. And at the time, he chose for me not to have the understanding, not to ever ask him for anything, because I was standing inside the main hall and he had given me vacuum seva, and I was pretty much, the window of Baramandar was open and I was just sitting waiting for so I could vacuum where they were. And I was just sitting on the window like it was my dad's house, because it felt like literally my dad's house. And I was just hanging out. And then suddenly in my pugly, comely, foolish mind, I said, Guruji, marry me. And at the time, I liked this one guy. And I was like, marry me to this one person, like telling Guruji what to do for me. And then at that same moment, I had this conversation with Maharaj. And at that same moment, Sunny Auntie comes to me with a kalira, and I had no idea what a kalira was. For those of you, I'm from Iran, so I don't know what kalira was at the time. She comes to me with a kalira and she's like, you want to get married? And I was like, I literally I was blown away, like, Guruji said yes. Guruji, thank you. Like, thinking like, my guru comes, and now I tell him what to do, and perfect, life is bed of roses. And then, so, and I couldn't speak because I was so mesmerized. And no coincidence that Diwali 2018, the whole Mandir was decorated with kaliras. So I'm like, Guruji's married me off, like that's it, shadi, shadi, shadi. Persians and Indians, that's all we want, just get married and that's it. And then he was laughing like, oh my God, I want you to marry the light, me. I want you to come from darkness to light. Get the whole point, but he gives understanding, of course. And so life goes on, and let me say, the gentleman that I wanted to marry, before going to India, this guy was nowhere to be found. Like Maharaj kept him away from me. But the moment I came, I insisted so much in India from Guruji that when I came back to Canada, this guy was there. All of a sudden, he was there. The same guy who was like never, he was so hard to see. He was finally, he came to the airport to pick me up. I mean, that was something. We couldn't even meet for 5 minutes coffee because he was so busy. Maharaj was keeping him away. So we should, the teaching was never ask me for anything because you don't know. And he said this to Anita Kumar himself, that you don't know your future. You don't know what the future holds. So your asking is so limited. And when you ask, you're literally like, okay, this is the image Guruji, this is how it should go, while he has this whole, you know, it's all in his hand. But so this guy was finally there, and I'll get to it. I know my satsang are all. So then this guy was there, and Guruji from day one kept putting obstacles on my way to show me that this was not from him. But you gotta learn, son. You know, you haven't learned your lesson not to ask me for anything, and let me teach you. And it was such a hectic, really. I lost my mental peace. Thanks to Guruji, he put me through so much suffering through that incident that every single day I sat with him. So it was a blessing in disguise, because if it was bed of roses, I would have never connected to him otherwise. But so when the relationship finally, Shukrana, finished, which it finished when he taught me to switch my talking, because up to that point it was, Guruji, please save my relationship, please help me in this relationship. The moment he gave me the understanding that my talking to my guru, my dad, my father, everything, you know, changed to, if it's not from you, take it away. And that week he finished that relationship. And exactly when he changed that way of talking to my guru, if it's not from you. And he takes me out, and I was in such blame that I have done this with Maharaj. I couldn't forgive myself. And one day, I was howling in the house. I had moved in to my sister's house. And I was like, Maharaj, I'm dying, I'm suffocating, please forgive me. And then at that same moment, he put Commander Uncle in my mind. I had never spoken to Commander Uncle. He comes in my head, and I hear Guruji say, talk to Commander Uncle. And I was like, so I went on my WhatsApp. I had his number from somewhere, from Shilpi Auntie, and I went and I wrote, Commander Uncle, can you please share English satsangs? Because I was like, I know that I should just go to Maharaj with my problems. I'm not going to share my problems with nobody. I just need satsangs right now. So I went and I typed. The moment I typed to send, suddenly Maharaj said, son, you're asking again. Wow, you are in this position because you asked. Let me do it. So I deleted my message and I said, Maharaj, if you want me to talk to Commander Uncle, you make it happen. 10 seconds later, Commander Uncle messaged me. I've never spoken to him up to that point. Maharaj can do anything, and it may not seem like a big deal, but it is such a big deal. Because out of thousands of sangats, Commander Uncle, and then he messages me when we have never spoken. So I wanted to say that when you don't ask, and at that moment Maharaj taught me to delete my message and say, if you want me to, look at my train of thought. I was thinking of one conversation with Commander Uncle, one conversation that maybe would have been 30 minutes, maximum 2 hours, 3 hours, right? While Maharaj had 15 recorded videos and a book. Because right, 2 weeks ago, Commander Uncle published his book, which is Maharaj, of course, because Guruji Maharaj showed me a dream darshan that he's talking through Commander Uncle. And so there's 15 videos right now on YouTube, Commander Uncle English Satsangs, day 1, day 2, day 3, goes up to 15. Look at his ways. When you don't ask, he gives in such abundance, while I was thinking so limited. And now there's a book out. so much, Shukrana Guruji. Thank you that I didn't have the wisdom. And another funny thing is, I asked him, while I was in that relationship, I asked him for wisdom. I literally went to Guruji and I was like, Guruji, please give me wisdom. That week, a gentleman comes in my life by the name of Anthony Wisdom. Guruji was like, and he's Sangat. Last week he was here. He's Jamaican. Thank God though. So even our asking is his doing. But he was like, when is she gonna learn? You know, are you gonna learn? But he made it in a funny thing, and it also converted into a blessing. That asking was a blessing, because when I came out of my relationship, Maharaj showed me a dream that I had karmic account. I literally saw myself with that same individual, which I'm so grateful for, that came into my life to teach me what I had to learn. But it was from a past lifetime that carried over, and it got cleansed here. But don't ask. Of course we know this, but he gives that understanding. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you for everything. Shukrana. Thank you for letting me share his grace. Jai Guruji Maharaj. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanati. Amazing satsang as always. I agree, jo aap auntie keh rahe hain ki never ask. All we need to do is, thank Guruji for everything. Just ask for blessings. Like that's the key. Never ask for anything material. Ki ye chahiye, wo chahiye. Just ask for blessings, and you will get what you deserve and what's coming your way. That's the best way. So we will start Langar now. We have tables set up for the seniors. Please make your way there, and then market sheets which in your rooms may, and in the back, as you guys know, don't step on the blue or the red sheets. That's where the thali rakhne ke liye hai wo. And please enjoy the divine Langar. Just a reminder, make sure you finish the water prasad, the jal prasad that you have, and also the Langar prasad. Do not waste anything. That's very important. The blessings are in the Langar, and we all know that. So thank you very much once again. Agar in the meantime, if kisi ne aur satsang share karna hai, please, you're most welcome to come and share while the Langar is going on. And in regards to Commander Uncle, that's a beautiful satsang that Sanati shared. I'll just let you know that we will be having Commander Uncle sharing his satsang here in the Mandir live. It's in the works. We're trying to figure out the logistics for that. And I think he's visiting the US very soon, I think. Or he's already there. He's in August, yeah. So he will be sharing some satsangs on Zoom. So that's going to happen. So that's your confirmation right there, the fact that you shared his satsang. So we know it's going to happen. It's in the works right now. So once again, thank you so much, Guruji, for everything. Shukrana, Shukrana, Shukrana. That's all we can ask for, guys. We're truly blessed that we are here, and we'll have good blessings be there. Thank you. Does anybody want to share the satsangs, or should we just start some music for Shabbat? You want to say something?
It's Sunday. You want to hold. Live from a boat and the tent and watch the omelet flakes. And if you turn a boat, turn ahead, tap the creamer.
Thank you so much. Jack, bless you.